Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
So congregational chanting. Congregational chanting.
Ram Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Ram Ram, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Ram. Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Vivasani Purvakinda Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare Sashna de 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 de
Hare
de
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Sashna de de de
Hare
de
Krishna,
de Hare Hare Sashna de de de
Hare Krishna,
de Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
de Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
de Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna de
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Namaste. Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Namaste Ram Ram Namaste. Hare
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 Rama,
Sashna
Hare
Namaste Ram Ram Namaste.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Sashna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Namaste Ram Ram Namaste. Hare
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 Rama, Hare Krishna,
Namaste Ram Ram Namaste.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Namaste Ram Ram Namaste.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Sasha
Krishna, Hare
Dama
Rama, Rama,
Dama Hare Hare Sasha
Hare
Dama
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare Sasha
Hare
Dama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Sasha
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna,
Dama
Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Sasha Dama Dama Hare 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 Sasha Dama Hare 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 Sasasna de de Dama de Dama de Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhuji and Matajis? Yes, Prabhu. Here on. Thank you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Bhava Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jana Bhava Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yashodhanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodhanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा गोपी वल्लभ राधा गोपी वल्लभ राम। जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी स्वामी नयन सर्वं भवतु मे निताय गौरांगो निताय गौरांगो निताय गौरांगो गौर हरि जय सच्चिदानंद जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि सीता प्रवाना गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ऑल असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज की जय। श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपः तमां वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षः साभ्याभ्यन्तरं सुचेत्। श्रीविष्णु 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 चेतोदर्पणमर्जनं भवमहद्भवाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरिव चन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वत्मसपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं नाम नामकारि बहुडा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रातिपा नियमिता स्मरणेन काल एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशम् इह जाननुराग तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमाननीयमानदेन कीर्तनेय सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे तद्भक्तिरहोयतखी त्वयि अयिनन्दतनुज किङ्करपतितमां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदबुधाय गिर पुलकिर्निचितमुपगदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषप्रवर्षायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहे नमे आश्लिष्यवा पादरतं पिनस्तु मामादर्शनं मर्महतां कृत्वा यथा तथा विदहतो लम्पतो मात् प्रणनाथस्तु वेवना परा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे 1 minute for this. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada and Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Santosh Aitya Prabhu and Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Shilpa Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Padma Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Very happy to see you. Sachin Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kinchan Priya Prabhu and Shubha Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Jyotsna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. सरस्वती माताजी, सुरेंद्र प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम. हरे कृष्णा. ब्रह्मरामा माताजी, कृष्ण प्रसाद प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
शीर्षा माताजी, सत्य प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Praveen Prabhu and Suma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Shri Giriraj Prabhu and Lavanya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. 1 second, sorry, I have to take this. I'm so sorry, I'm going through a tough morning.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Srikanth Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Chamya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Sanjay Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining, Prabhuji. Venala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Madhusudan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Hare
joining.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
J.J. Rao Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Sunil Prabhu, Sunil Sachdev Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining. Prasad Prabhuji and Madhavi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Deepa Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Padma Mataji and Arvind Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Madhavi Mataji, thank you for joining. Swapna Mataji, Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful for everyone to join. I'd like to start today's Bhagavatam class with a meditation. Actually, today's class itself is about Vritrasura and Indra fighting, right? Vritrasura and Indra fighting. And the fight seems to be going on for many chapters now. Very big fight, right? So, chapter 10, where am I? Yeah. I am supposed to take it from text 15. Prasad Javadi Prabhu has already finished till text 14. I'm supposed to take it from text 15. But I will start it from text 1 again, just to read the verses so that we all get a context. And then we can get into the chapter. So Prabhuji and Mataji, please hear this attentively for the first 5 minutes. I'm just sharing a meditation. While I was reading this chapter, I was thinking that, Indra is a devotee of God. Indra is a devotee of God, and he has been entrusted a very big responsibility, just like a temple president, just like a manager for a center, or a bhakti rickshaw leader, or a preacher. He's been entrusted a very big responsibility by God, and he has been given very good facilities. Like we all have very good houses, right? Many of us who are in this satsang are materially opulent. I don't think there are any beggars in this satsang call, or anybody from lower middle class. People are comparatively, as compared to many others, are in a good situation. So if we put all of us, if you observe all of us like Indra, we are little Indras, or little big or small Indras in our respective situations, where we are earning, taking care of our families, and we are also doing service entrusted by the Supreme Lord. Then what went wrong? That when Vritrasura came in front of Indra, he became so weak that he started running away. And, who is this? Yeah, you are in hearing mode only. That's fine. Yeah. So I'm saying, so what do you think went wrong? That, he looked at Vritrasura and he started running. He had Narayanastra also. Still he was running away. Right? And Swayam Narayana had to come and give him confidence that, hey, Indra, what are you doing? You can actually kill Vritrasura, and you can, conquer this battle. So what do you think went wrong? Just for meditation. What do you all feel?
No confidence on Lord Narayan.
Yeah, but he is in touch with Lord Narayan. He's in touch with Lord Narayan.
But I think he is forgetful of that.
Forgetful of that. Yes. Very good.
Overconfidence, Prabhuji.
Very good point. Overconfidence. He was too confident. He was not taking full shelter of Narayan. Correct. And anybody else? Very good point, Santosh Prabhupada Mataji.
Pride.
Pride. Correct. Pride. Pride makes us alone. Remember this. Pride makes us alone. Always. It throws you to a corner. Anybody else?
Attachment to his position, Prabhu.
Attachment to his position. Yeah. He was too attached to his position. Indra is known for attachment to his position. Yeah. Anybody else?
Prabhuji, though he had the weapon to kill Vritrasura, and he was told that you will be able to kill with this. But still, probably Vritrasura's form and everything was so bewildering that he was not confident this could actually do the job, even though Narayana said it. Like for us, for instance, we are told that chanting has the power to eradicate all the past sins. But how much do we believe it? We have the weapon in our hand.
Correct.
But sometimes we are bewildered.
Thank you, Deepamati. That was my meditation actually. That's what I was thinking. You just told what I was going to tell. Is that, Prabhuji, from every Leela we can learn a lot of lessons. Many lessons. One of the lessons that essentially we should learn from the Vritrasura story is that Vritrasura considered it as Maya. Consider it as opulence of this material world. Consider it as recognitions in this material world. Consider it as your own pride of your education and how the way you look your physical beauty. Vitrasura appears in many, many ways in our lives, Prabhujis and Matajis. Many, many ways. Vitrasura also appears like independence within satsang. Right? Sat Sang. Sang means always together. Independence means I'm not in the sun. I'm not in the sun. I don't want to be in the sun because I think I'm very. This is also Vitrasura. So Vitrasura is always there. And like Deepa Mataji said, the weapon is also in our hands, which is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Weapon is there. And if you want to call Airavata, I'm just, and allegorically I'm saying, Airavata are the purports of Prabhupada, and the whole books of Prabhupada, Airavata. We should not sit on it, we should pray it, and everything is there. And by the way, you also have many, many devatas supporting you. It is explained. Now we'll read in 15th verse onwards. So many people are there to support. Rudras, devatas, demigods, so many. All of them were supporting Indra also. Still he was running away. Why? Why he was running away in spite of so much? Because all of them are there around him, but he is not with them. Right? He is not taking proper association. Association doesn't mean physically being around. Indra was also physically around with so many people. He was physically around holy name also. I'm like the Narayana stuff. Everything was there. But association where instructions come to us. And instructions help us increase our faith. Right? If Narayana would have come, Prabhuji and Matajis, and told, hey Indra, you have this weapon, why don't you use it? Be confident, I'm there with you. Go and kill Vitrasura. And Indra would have told Narayana, hey Narayana, please, you don't have to tell me. I'm king of heaven. I already know all these things. What would happen? What can Narayana do? Even Narayana cannot do anything. God helps the people who want to be helped, or at least put an effort to be helped. So Prabhuji's Matajis, we should remember that Vitrasura is always there in our life. And in our position, we can call ourselves as small Indras who are there here to serve. And we are also given the equipment, the weapons, the devotees also around us. But we are not able to face Vitrasura. We are running away, or rather we are falling apart because we are not hearing the instructions properly. We are not taking the association properly. Right? With that context, let us start this chapter. It's a very essential chapter. It's a chapter which is very instructive, both the ways, from Vitrasura's angle as well as from Indra's angle. It might be one of those unique stories on the face of this universe, where both the villain is also teaching, the hero is also teaching. Right? Many places, you get to hear the experience or realizations of the hero, and you feel they are more important. But here, both the ways, Vritrasura being a devotee, but he's playing the role of a demon. Indra being a devotee, but he's acting like a demon, meaning he's not confident about God's instructions, right? And both of them, Lord Narayana is appearing through both of them from their hearts, as Cheshta Guru, and he's instructing all of us. So I'm going to read the text 1. I'm just read the translation and go till text 14. From then on, we'll read the verse and the translation. It's more of a war chapter. Not many purports, but lot is there to learn if we have a heart to learn. The text 1, translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, after instructing Indra in this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, the cause of cosmic manifestation, then and there disappeared from the presence of the onlooking demigods. Hari Bol. Text 2. O King Parikshit, following the Lord's instructions, the demigods approached Dadichi, the son of Atharva. He was very liberal. And when they begged him to give them his body, he at once partially agreed. However, just to hear religious instructions from them, he smiled and jokingly spoke as follows. Oh, one second, I'll just close this window. It's creating noise. Yeah. Very. Text 3. O elevated demigods, at the time of death, severe, unbearable pain takes away the consciousness of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. Don't you know about this pain? Text 4. In this material world, every living entity is very much addicted to his material body, struggling to keep his body forever. Everyone tries to protect it by all means, even at the sacrifice of all his possessions. Therefore, who would be prepared to deliver his body to anyone, even if it were demanded by Lord Vishnu? Text 6. Those who are too self-interested beg something from others, not knowing from others' pain. But if the beggar knew the difficulty of the giver, he would not ask for anything. Similarly, he who is able to give charity does not know the beggar's difficulty, for otherwise he would not refuse to give the beggar anything he might want as charity. Did I miss the text 5? I think so. The demigods replied, O exalted Brahmana, pious persons like you, whose activities are praiseworthy, are very kind and affectionate to people in general. What can't such pious souls give for the benefit of others? They can give everything, including their bodies. Okay, 6 we already did. 7. The great sage Dadichi said, just to hear from you about religious principles, I refuse to offer my body at your request. Now, although my body is extremely dear to me, I must give it up for your better purposes, since I know that it will leave me today or tomorrow. Text 8. O demigods, one who has no compassion for humanity in its suffering and does not sacrifice his impermanent body for the higher cause of religious principles or eternal glory is certainly pitied even by the immovable things. Hare Krishna, even by the immovable, like rock, sand, what immovable things. They also will pity us when we don't use our body for a higher purpose. Very bold. Text 9. If one is unhappy to see the distress of other living beings and happy to see their happiness, his religious principles are appreciated as imperishable by exalted persons who are considered pious and benevolent. Wonderful. Text 10. This body, which is eatable by jackals and dogs after death, does not actually do any good for me, the spirit soul. It is usable only for a short time and may perish at any moment. The body and its possessions, its riches and relatives must all be engaged for the benefit of others, or else they will be sources of tribulation and misery. Prabhuji is very important verse. 11. Text 10. Dadichi Muni is telling the body and its possessions, meaning us and everything that we relate to is us, is ours, like your money, wealth, talent, skills, everything. Its riches and relatives must all be engaged for the benefit of others, or else they'll be sources of tribulation and misery. When you try to enjoy your own family also, you will be in miserable condition. Text 11. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Dadichi Muni, the son of Atharva, thus resolved to give his body to the service of the demigods. He placed himself, the spirit soul, at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way gave up his gross material body made of 5 elements. Text 12. Dadichi Muni controlled his senses, life force, mind, and intelligence, and became absorbed in trance. Thus, he cut all his material bonds. He could not perceive how his material body became separated from his self. Amazing. He could not even perceive how the material body left him. Why? Because he controlled his senses, his life force, mind, and intelligence became absorbed in trance. See, Prabhu, see what a beautiful verse it is. It is telling that at the time of death, if we don't want to experience the pain of death, then this is what we need to have. What is that? Control our mind, which is very difficult. Control our intelligence and control our senses. right? Mind, body, intelligence, right? And he became absorbed in trance, getting absorbed in the Supreme Lord. Then you would not even know when you left the body, because you already left the body subtly, and you are surrendered to the Supreme Lord, right? Text 13 and 14. Thereafter, King Indra very firmly took up the thunderbolt manufactured by Vishwakarma from the bones of Dadichi, charged with the exalted power of the Dadichi Muni, and enlightened by the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indra rode on the back of his carrier Airavata, surrounded by all demigods, while all great sages offered him in praise. Thus, he shone very beautifully, pleasing the three worlds as he rode off to kill Vritrasura. Now he's completely confident. He's instructed, he is observing, the whole big army that is coming and helping him, and he is absolutely, clear now what he is supposed to do, and he is also confident, most importantly. Right? Text 15. From here, we'll start reading our today's Bhagavatam. Vritram abhya dravachatrum anuragnika yuthapai varyastham ojasa rajan krudho rudra ivantakam. My dear King Parikshit, as Rudra, being very angry at Antaka, Yamaraj, had formerly run towards Antaka to kill him, Indra angrily and with great force attacked Vritrasura, who was surrounded by the leaders of demoniac armies. Tata Suranam Asurai Rana Parama Daruna Treta Mukhe Narmadayam Abhavat Prathame Yuge. Thereafter, at the end of Satyuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, a fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of the Narmada. Herein, purport by His Divine A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So herein the Narmada does not mean the Narmada river in India. The 5 sacred rivers in India, Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Kaveri and Krishna, are all celestial. Like the Ganges water, the Narmada water also flows in the higher planetary systems. The battle between the demigods and demons took place in the higher planets. The word Prathame Yuge means in the beginning of the first millennium, that is to say, in the beginning of Vaivashvata Manvantara. In one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus who each live for 71 millenniums. The 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali, constitute 1 millennium. We are presently in the Manvantara of Vaivashvata Manu, who is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Imam Vivashvata Yogam Proktavan Aham Abhyavim Vivashvan Manave Praha. We are now in the 28th millennium of Vivashvata Manu, but this fight took place in the beginning of Vivashvata Manu's first millennium. One can historically calculate how long ago the battle took place, since each millennium consists of 4.3 million years, and we are now in the 28th millennium. Some 120 million years, 400,000 years have passed since the battle took place on the bank of river Narmada. So Prabhupada is explaining the exact time, around which this particular battle took place, right? And is also explaining, don't think Narmada, Ganga and all only belong to Earth planet. We are coming from the spiritual world, coming through the material planets, and then it is coming onto the Earth planet, right? रुद्रैर्वशुभिर आदित्यैर अस्विभ्यं पित्र वह्निभि मरुद्भिर ऋभुभि साध्यैर विवेदिवैर मरुत्पतिं दृष्ट्वा वज्रधरं शक्रं रोचमानं स्वयश्रिया नाम श्रियन असुरा राजन मृदेव vratra purashara. O king, when all the asuras came into the battle headed by Vritrasura, they saw King Indra carrying the thunderbolt and surrounded by the Rudras, Vasus, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, Pitas, Vahnis, Maruts, Prabhus, Sadhyas, and Vishwadevas. Surrounded by his company, Indra shone so bright that his effulgence was intolerable to the demons. So when all of them came together with full confidence, hearing the instruction of Lord Narayan, the demons also got shocked. Oh my God, what happened to them? They are coming and attacking us as if they're going to win the battle now. Now, what is the immediate reaction of the enemy when such thing happens? They also become very powerful and attack, right? So that's what happened. Text 19 to 22. Namochi Sambaro Anarva Dvimurdha Rishabho Asura Hayagriva Shankusira Viprachittir Ayomukha Kulamo Vrasa Parva Cha Prahritir Hetir Utkala Daiteya Danava Yaksha Rakshamsi cha Sahasrasha Sumali Mali Pramukha Kartaswara Parichada Pratisidhyendra Senagram Mrityor Api Durasadam Abhyardayan Asambhranta Simha Nadina Durmadha Gadabhi Parighair Banai Prasha Mudgara Tomarai. Many hundreds and thousands of demons, demi-demons, sorry. This is surprising. Demons, demi-demons are also there. Yakshas, Rakshasas, Manitars, and others, headed by Sumali and Mali, resisted the armies of King Indra, which even death personified cannot easily overcome. Among the demons were Namuchi, Sambara, Anarva, Dvimurdha, Rishabha, Asura, Hayagriva, Sankushira, Viprachitti, Ayomukha, Puloma, Vrishaparva, Praheti, Heti, and Utkala. Roaring tumultuously and fearlessly like lions, these invincible demons, all dressed in golden ornaments, gave pain to the demigods with weapons like clubs, bludgeons, arrows, barbed darts, mallets, and lances. Sulai Parasva Dhai Khadgai Satagnibhir Bhushundibhir Sarvato Avakiran Sastrair Astraischa Vibudharshabhan. Armed with lances, tridents, axes, swords, and other weapons like Satangnis and Busundhis, the demons attacked from different directions and scattered all the chiefs of the demigod armies. Right? So here is, as I said, chapter is all a battle chapter. So you're seeing how they are attacking, right? And as soon as they are attacking, even the demons attacked back with full-fledged, right? Nate adrasyanta sanchana sara jalai samantata punkhanu punkha patitair jyotim shiva nabho ganai. As the stars in the sky cannot be seen when covered by dense clouds, the demigods, being completely covered by the network of arrows falling upon them one after another, could not be seen. Right? They could not even see the sky. So many arrows were coming, so many weapons were coming onto the demigods from the demons. Nate shastra var saugha hi ashedu Sura Sainikan Chinna Siddha Pate Devair Lagu Hastai Sahasradha. The shower of various weapons and arrows released to kill the soldiers of the demigods did not reach them because the demigods acting quickly, cut the weapons into thousands of pieces in the sky itself. Hare Krishna. So this technology is copied by one other country today. Which country is that?
Israel.
Israel, right? So when the weapons are coming, what is that system they have now?
They have some dome where which will
Iron
like
Dome, Prabhu.
Iron Dome, Iron Dome.
iron dome.
So this is actually technology of coming from Indra, right? He is cutting the weapons in the air itself. Before even it comes, taka, 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 taka is removing. So the Iron Dome of Israel right now is developed, is actually a mini portion of such kind of technology where the weapon is not even allowed to come in or fall on the ground. In the air itself, it is removed off. Right? Text 26. Atakshinastra sautraugha giri shringa drumopalai abhya varshan sura balam chichindustamscha purvavat. As the weapons and mantras decreased, the demons began showering mountain peaks, trees, and stones upon the demigod soldiers. But the demigods were so powerful and expert that they nullified all these weapons by breaking them into pieces in the sky as before. Hare Krishna. So in the sky itself, they are breaking the mountains. Can you imagine that fight? Hare Krishna. What a fierce battle it would have been, right? Tan akshatan swastimato nisamya शस्त्रास्त्र पूघैर अथ वृत नाथा द्रुमैर द्रसद्भीर विविधारि श्रृंगैर अविक्षतांस tatra shur indra sainikan. When the soldiers of the demons, commanded by Vritrasura, saw that the soldiers of King Indra were quite well, having not been injured at all by their volleys of weapons, not even by the trees, stones, and mountain peaks, the demons were very much afraid. Right? So when somebody attacks and you completely behave as if nothing happened, no problem only, then the person attacking becomes weaker, isn't it? Just like when that prostitute attacked Haridas Thakur, Srila Haridas Thakur, he behaved as if nothing happened. He is not even seeing the prostitute in front of him. He said, okay, wait, I am going to chant my holy names. After that, you attack. Right? So who became weaker? By doing that, who became stronger? Haridas Thakur became more and more stronger, and the prostitute became very, very weaker. Isn't it? And later on, even Maya Devi attacked Haridas Thakur in this cave where he was chanting, and he again did the same thing. Swayam Maya Devi, Swayam, the illusionary potency of the Supreme Lord, became weak in front of chanting because Haridas Thakur had full faith in the holy names of God. He had full faith in the process of following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and on the process of Harinam that is very, very powerful in this Kali Yuga. The thing is that we all say, Prabhu, Maya is attacking me, Maya is attacking me. Maya is always attacking, but you are not having your shield. If you have your shield very clearly, then Maya will actually feel, hey, what is the point in attacking this fellow? Let me go and attack somebody else, right? But she is going on attacking you because you don't have the shield. We don't have the shield, or rather we have the shield, just like Vritrasura has the weapon, but we are not in good association, which is giving us confidence to use that weapon. Right? We feel, Prabhu, what is that chanting? What will it do? What will it do? It is still keeping you in KC. If any of us are thinking, Prabhu, I'm in Krishna consciousness in the last 3 years, don't think it is because of your power or your determination. Simply because you're chanting the holy names. Even though you're chanting it with not full faith, with so many offenses, still it is working on you. Just imagine when we all start chanting without any of the 10 offenses mentioned in Padma Purana, then how effective our chanting will be and what will be our spiritual life. So it is being very clearly explained by Acharyas again and again that if we are not strong in our sadhana, if we are not strong in our determination to associate with devotees, to take association, and most importantly, if you are not finding faults in devotees, if you are not focused in finding faults in devotees, you can see faults in devotees, there is no doubt. Everybody has a fault. I have thousands of faults. But if you see all the faults in me, can you come to the class? Huh? Hey, Lilananda Prabhu is a useless fellow. Lilananda Prabhu, is a crooked person. Lilananda Prabhu speaks something, does something. Lilananda Prabhu, is a copycat. He doesn't have his own realization or anything. Lilananda Prabhu doesn't know how to read Sanskrit verses. Lilananda Prabhu doesn't know how to interpret what is mentioned in scripture. Lilananda Prabhu, you have 100, like Shishupala told 100 things against Krishna. You have 100 things against me. Tell me, will this class be beneficial for you? Huh? Will it be beneficial? What is the purpose of having me in your spiritual life, or for that matter, any Siksha Guru or any associating devotee in your spiritual life? To find faults in them? Of course, you can see a lot of faults. You can see lots of faults. But what are you here for? You are here for going back to God. If you are finding faults in the very bus that is going to take you to God, then which bus will you take boarding? Huh? Nobody will take you. And you are not ready to go also because you're finding faults. See, Prabhu, I'm telling this because there are so many things you should learn. Why, the demons ran away is because looking at the confidence of the devatas. And just some time ago, these fellows did not have any confidence until Narayan came and told, until the instructions came. So what is powerful here? Demigods or demons? Who is more powerful here? Demigods or demons? Huh? Who is more powerful? Demigods or demons?
Demigods.
No, the people who are following the instruction. Even demons were powerful some time ago. Demigods were weak. What made them powerful? The people who followed the instruction, the people who took the right association, the people who, who bended towards the right thing. Right? So, we are demigods or demons is only determined by are we following the instructions of Supreme Lord. If you're not following the instructions of Supreme Lord, then even though we might be guys like devatas, but we're actually demons. And if the demons are following the instructions of Supreme Lord, they become more powerful than demigods, or rather they are the real devatas and the so-called devatas are demons. So Prabhuji's most important aspect here is instruction of Supreme Lord and following what Supreme Lord is telling. And being in the right association and taking that association. That will make even Maya Devi go away from us, saying that, hey, these people, this Gachibowli Satsang, there's no point touching. These fellows are chanting nicely. These fellows are very fixed up in their satsangs. These fellows are, following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. I think it's not a good point in, attacking these fellows more and more. Of course, she'll also do that to test. But she'll also understand, Maya Devi will understand, these people are thinking, let me go and attack some other group. But why is she attacking our group more and more? Why? Simply because we are not united in service. Simply because we are not united in understanding the instructions and following the instructions. Together, everyone can achieve more. Team, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. But, singly we cannot. Even Indra could not have single-handedly gone and finished the demon's army. He also needed association of so many, but he also followed the instructions of Narayana, and then he suddenly became very confident. And now look at the demons. They're, hey, what is going on? Right? So here we read this 27 verse. Tan ashaktan swastimato nisamya shastrastra pugair athavrita नाथ द्रुमैर दृशद्भीर विविधारि श्रृंगैर अविक्षतांस तत्र शूर इंद्र सैनिकान. When the soldiers of the demons commanded by Vritrasura saw that the soldiers of King Indra were quite well, having not been injured at all by their volleys of weapons, not even by the trees and stones and mountain peaks, the demons were very much afraid. Sarve prayasa अभवन विमोघा कृता कृत देवगणेषु दैत्यै कृष्णानुकुलेषु यथा महत्सु Shudrai Prayukta Usati Ruksha Vacha. When insignificant persons use rough roads to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their fruitless words do not disturb the great personalities. Similarly, all the efforts of the demons against the demigods, who were favorably situated under the protection of Krishna, were futile. Wow, what a beautiful analogy Sukadeva Goswami is giving here. That even though these so-called demons, even though the so-called materialistic people put so many accusations on a devotee, it doesn't really affect the devotee. It doesn't really affect the devotee. Why? Because the devotee is sheltered and is guarded, shielded by the Narayana mantra, by the Narayana Kavaja. We read the Narayana Kavaja prayers in this canto some weeks ago. I think last Ekadashi we read, right? So Prabhuji and Mataji, it's so important that we understand how powerful we become when we take shelter of the power of the God, right? And how weak we realize we are when we reject that power, or rather not acknowledge the power in our life, right? How weak we are. Whoever we are in this satsang, the 30 odd devotees or families who are right now in this call, you are nothing without satsang. I am nothing without satsang. Yesterday, I was speaking to His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, such a wonderful devotee, wonderful senior, and a very, very realized person. At the same time, so humble. I was talking to him, and we were discussing about the schedule multiple times. We are going through it so that to make sure all of us are benefited. Prabhuji and Matajis, we are so fortunate that he's coming. And how many lectures he's giving to us? Close to 7 to 8 sessions he's giving. 7 to 8 sessions, Prabhujis and Matajis. And he's giving, Krishna Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. And he's giving Radhashtami lecture. He's giving so many lectures in other communities, like Pawan Prabhu's BHL Satsang is giving, Dasraj Prabhu's Satsang is giving, right? Subara Prabhu's Lansam is giving. This time I've allocated in some places. Prabhuji, in Hyderabad, 80% of the time is spending with us only. But the most unfortunate person is the person in Gachibowli Satsang who is finding enough reasons to not attend those lectures. He's the most unfortunate. I mean, medically, somebody has a problem and he could not, that's okay. But if you're not able to manage your day, if you're not able to manage your work life, to make sure you have received this kind of association, which is coming to your doorstep, then you're the most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. And why do you think I'm bringing these people? Prabhujis, Matajis, why do you think I'm bringing these elevated senior Vaishnavas to get popularity in ISKCON? Oh, they all go to Lilananda Prabhu Satsang. Why do you think I'm bringing?
To inspire us in Krishna.
No, you're wrong. That is also right, but primary reason is you did not tell.
To give spiritual benefit for us, Prabhuji.
That is almost the same thing that Santosh Chaitanya Prabhu told. What is the primary?
Yavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy.
That you're all telling the same reason. You're not telling the primary reason. Can you all look at my face in the screen? 1 minute. I know whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Can you all look at my face? Can you see my face? You think this fellow has the opportunity to go back to God? That is why I'm bringing for myself. I want to save myself also. Right? It is my desire. It is my desire to hear from senior Vaishnavas. Of course, that will benefit you all. That is also there. But first I have to get delivered, Re Baba. My sadhana should be good. If I am situated in very weak situation, then what service can I do? Prabhu, this is the feeling I want each one of you to carry for yourself. Stop thinking, oh, Prabhuji is bringing for all of us. No, not for all of us. For you. నీ కోసం నీ పేరేంది? Look at yourself in a mirror if there is a mirror around you. ఆ మొహాన్ని చూసుకోండి ఒకసారి. ఆ మొహం కోసం తెప్పిస్తున్నా ప్రభుజీని ఇక్కడ. అర్థమవుతుందా? దిగిందా? మహేష్ ప్రభు దిగిందా? ఉన్నాడా మహేష్ ప్రభు?
దిగింది ప్రభు. దిగిందనే ఫీలింగ్ మంచిగా రోజు ఉంటే బాగానే ఉంటది ప్రభుజీ. బట్ మనం ఫర్గెట్ఫుల్నెస్ దట్ దిగుడు
దిగిందా?
అనేది.
ఎంత దౌర్భాగ్యం అంటే చెప్తున్నా, ఎంత దౌర్భాగ్య అన్న బ్యూటిఫుల్ వర్డ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. తెలుగు బా ఇంత మంచి లాంగ్వేజ్. భాగ్యం ఉండి కూడా దాన్ని అనుభవించని వాడిని ఏమంటారు?
దౌర్భాగ్యుడు.
దౌర్భాగ్యుడు అంటారు. ఇంత అసోసియేషన్ ఉంది కానీ తీసుకోవడానికి రెడీ లేదు. ప్రతి సండే, ఎవ్రీ సండే భగవద్గీత has been discussed, Bhagavatam has been discussed, but we are not confident. Krishna is standing on the chariot and Arjuna is thinking, will I win this war? Daurabhagya. Right? And of course, Krishna is right to speak Bhagavad Gita and tell, hey, you will win the war. Not just win the war, you will be glorified for doing this war. And you will be, aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshashyami ma sucha. I am delivering you from everything. Prabhuji and Mataji, remember one thing. Krishna is the one who is orchestrating our spiritual lives. Krishna is the one who is orchestrating our spiritual life. Na aham, na mama. Can you all tell these two things? Please repeat after me. Na aham,
Na aham,
నాహం అహం
na mama.
na mama.
These two
Na
things
mama.
are simple to 4 words actually. Na aham, na mama. Nothing belongs to me and I am not in control of anything. Na aham, nothing belongs to me. Na mama, I cannot control anything. He is the controller. If you remember these 2 words, then our spiritual life will become very powerful. Our sadhana will become very powerful. Our surrender will become very powerful. The problem is, these 2 things will go opposite in material life. Or rather, devotees are not coming to satsang regularly. These 2 things will go opposite. What will happen? Instead of na aham, you'll say aham. And you'll say mama. I can control everything. I can control my spiritual life. I can control my, progress in spiritual life. I can do, you'll think like that. But actually, you should just surrender. Hey Krishna, you are in control of everything. You are in control of everything. You are sending devotees into my life. I am such a useless fellow. I am such a fool. I simply have to sit there and listen. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedam, Archanam. Just sit and follow. And listen attentively. And everything will become auspicious. Everything will become auspicious. And Prabhuji is, like this verse is saying, nobody can affect us. No materialistic association can jeopardize us. అవునా అరవింద్ ప్రభు, పద్మామాతది ఏమంటారు? లక్ష్మీకాంత్ ప్రభు ఉన్నారా? అనుకున్నారు అందరు. Nobody can affect this. మన స్పిరిచువల్ లైఫ్ ఎందుకు బాగాలేదు? మన కోపాలు ఎందుకు ఎక్కువ వస్తున్నాయి? People, I heard this from a senior devotee. If you don't practice spiritual life properly, it's more damaging than not practicing spiritual life. అర్థమైందని చెప్పింది. If you don't practice spiritual life properly, it's more damaging than not practicing spiritual life. Because you're dealing with two-edged sword. If you don't hold the sword properly, even the side that you're holding will cut you. Not only the other side. Right? We have to be very, very good in our practices. Because now we are dealing with fire. We're dealing with devotees. We're dealing with senior devotees. We're dealing with Shastra. We're dealing with knowledge. Very dangerous, Prabhus. Very, very dangerous. చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలి మనం. లేకపోతే it can, and like anybody, and people will affect, Maya will affect, will throw us. See, till earlier, Maya used to put us in clubs and discotheques and bars and theaters and whatever. Now, Maya will put us in even horrible situation because we are in between devotees doing nonsense. Just imagine you are in bad association, you go and tell a sincere devotee and demotivate him with your actions and words. That is even worse. And it would have been better if you would have been outside the satsang. Why come inside satsang and do the bad things? So Prabhuji, all this I am telling because it is very important to know that you are in good association. And if you are in good association and you are taking the association seriously, then that's like Narayanastra. It will protect you and none of the bad things will affect you. Like it is, I'll read the translation again. When insignificant persons use rough words to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their fruitless words do not disturb the great personalities. Similarly, all the efforts of the demons against the demigods who were favorably situated under the protection of Krishna were futile. Prabhupada is saying, there is a Bengali saying that if a vulture curses a cow to die, the curse will not be effective. Similarly, accusations made by demoniac persons against devotees of Krishna cannot have any effect. The demigods are devotees of Lord Krishna, and therefore the curses of demons were futile. Okay, now? Text 29. Te sva paryasham vitatam nirikshya harau abdhakta hata yuddha darpa palayana yaji mukhe vishrijya patim manaste dadur atta sara. The asuras, who are never devotees of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, lost their pride in fighting when they found all their endeavors futile. Leaving aside their leader, even in the very beginning of the fight, they decided to flee because all their prowess had been taken away by the enemy. Hare Krishna. See? When you become less confident about what you, just some time ago they were so confident, but looking at the enemy even more confident, they became weaker. Prabhu, this is what it is. If your spiritual battery is charged, material life cannot affect you. But if your spiritual battery is not charged, then material life will completely affect you. Will completely affect you. Suddenly, one fine morning, you'll get up and tell, I think I have to spend more time with family. I think I'm not balancing things properly. I think I should go out with them on a nice vacation. I think it is okay to be, something different for some time. I think we should take practically spiritual life in a very applicable way. I think I khatam. అంటే ఏమైంది అయిపోయింది. అర్థమవుతుందా చెప్పింది? We are all in a very vulnerable situation. Every one of us, including me, everybody, very vulnerable situation. If you drift away in the name of independent views, you are finished. If you take guidance at all times, we are saved. Today, this week, after Janmashtami, I went to temple. Me and my wife went to temple. Please, are everybody hearing? Hare Krishna. Please raise your hands once if you are hearing. Please click that.
Yes, Prabhu.
I just want to make sure you are all hearing. I don't know who is sleeping and weeping.
Yes, Prabhu.
Please.
What? Sleeping.
So, see, I went to temple. Me and my wife went to temple. After Janmashtami day, next day we want to take darshan of Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan. Because of whose grace, we could perform some menial service in Gachibowli, right? Gachibowli Center we did Janmashtami. So went to take blessings. So deity's blessings come through Vaishnavas. So I went to His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. Radhesham Prabhu just came from Pune and he was in his room So I directly barged. What is the most important thing on Prabhupada Appearance Day is to take blessings of the representative of Srila Prabhupada. I took blessings of Anandmay Prabhu. He allowed me to touch his feet. And then I went to Radhesham Prabhu. And when I went to Radhesham Prabhu told two things. He said there are two kinds of devotees, Prabhu. There are two kinds of devotees. Please, everybody attentively hear this. He said there are two kinds of devotees. In spiritual life, you will see two kinds of devotees. He said, one type of devotees are devotees who want to go extend themselves, who want to go that extra mile, stretch themselves and finish the business in this life and go back to Krishna. Okay? Who are craving for that extra surrender, whose life is filled with Krishna conscious activities, who have no other priority, they're very, very clear, and they want to finish the business in this year. So, in simple words, in one line, devotees who want to finish the material business in this year, this life. And second type of devotees are who come to Krishna consciousness, later on they find their family more important, their balance more important, their this more important, that more important, and they finally settle down and become like rusted iron within ISKCON. Who do you want to be? ఇద్దరిట్లో ఎవరు ఉండాలి?
One.
So these words said by Radhesham Prabhu.
I'm lying. I did not. What do you ask? Obviously, this is what he told Prabhu. I'm repeating in front of him. These are the words of Radhesham. He said, these are the two kinds of people. Now, what do you want to be? Both can be in ISKCON. Shigiresh Prabhu, both can be in ISKCON. Deepa Mataji, both can be in ISKCON. ఇద్దరు ఉండొచ్చు ISKCON లో. ఏంటి? You want to finish your business and go, or you want to remain here and become rusted and then busted? You don't know. You know where you are going. You don't know whether you'll go back home back to Godhead or no. You don't know. Even your Siksha Guru doesn't know, your Diksha Guru doesn't know. Nobody knows. Are you all hearing attentively?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
అర్థమవుతున్నా? ప్రభు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది. సీనియర్ వైష్ణవ్ తెలియ. You make a choice. So if you go in ISKCON and you see devotees like this of second category, what will you do?
They take again birthday.
Huh? No. What will you do? What does a Madhyam Adhikari do? In Nectar of Instruction it is mentioned. What does he do? He
Carefully distinguishes.
He distinguishes.
They get the association of the devotees.
Respectfully paid obeisances and moves on. That's all you have to do. We are not here to go and find who is like that. First of all, who are you? Which category am I sitting here? Am I here to gossip? Am I here to take a leader role? Am I here to, become a very famous YouTuber? Am I here to, glorify myself by becoming popular? Am I here to, be praised by devotees? Am I here to what? Am I here to go back to Godhead? Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekah kurunandana. Bahusaka anantascha abuddhir avyavasayam. అంతే కదా? వెరీ క్లియర్ ఉండాలి. లేకపోతే we are done. In the name of balancing. Prabhu, what are you trying to balance, Prabhu? నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు ఇంకా. What are we trying to balance? There is nothing to balance in the material world. ఏం లేదు ఇక్కడ బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయడానికి. Surrender. And he will balance. That Supreme Lord will balance. What is that Gajendra Moksha prayer? Yasmin, what is that? Yasmin, come on. Wait a second. I was trying to read that prayer, each chapter. Yasmin idam yataschedam yenedam ya idam swayam yo asmat parasmat chaparas tam prapadhe samudbhuvam. Right? Gajendra is telling to Lord Krishna is telling, "Oh Supreme Lord, yasminidam yataste chayidam." Everything, you are the platform on which everything is resting. You are the platform, on which everything is floating. You are the basis of this creation. Everything is emanating from you. Yes, 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 yedam, yo, idam, swayam, you are swayam, you are taking care of this personally. Yo, asmat, parasmat, cha tathas. You are asmat, parasmat. You are neither the cause nor the effect. You are indifferent from both of these. Cha paras. You are transcendental to all of these things. To that kind of Supreme Lord, Tatha, tatha prapadye, swayambhuvam, you are self-sufficient. For such a personality, I am surrendering. What a beautiful verse. Right? You should think like that in spiritual life, Prabhus. You should think like that in spiritual life. What are we here for? And who are you surrendering to? Then we'll become very, very strong. Otherwise, we'll become very, very weak. Even insignificant person's words will affect us. Insignificant words of people will affect us if we are not strong in our spiritual life. But what is Sukadeva Goswami telling here? When insignificant persons use rough words to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their fruitless words do not disturb the great personalities. Similarly, all the efforts of the demons against the demigods who were favorably situated under the protection of Krishna were futile. Tesva prayasam vitatham nirikshya harau abhakta hata yuddha darpa phala yana yaji mukhe vishrijya patim manaste dadur attasara. The asuras who are never devotees of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Person of Godhead, lost their pride in fighting when they found all their endeavors futile. Leaving aside their leader, even in the very beginning of the fight, they decided to flee because all their prowess had been taken away by the enemy. All their prowess was taken away by the enemy. How did the enemy take over? Who is their enemy? Devatas is the enemy of the demons. And it was taken away. Right? Because they have taken shelter of Supreme Lord. And it starts, the asuras who are never devotees of Lord Krishna, they will be defeated eventually. Text 30. Vritro asuram stan anugan manasvi pradhavata prekshya babhasha etat phala yitam prekshya balam cha bhagnam bhayena tivrena vihasya veera. Seeing his army broken and all the asuras, even those known as great heroes, fleeing the battlefield out of intense fear, Vritrasura, who was truly a great-minded hero, smiled and spoke the following words. So Vritrasura is a devotee. Now he is going to tell a little Bhagavad Gita to the demons. Being a demon himself, being a leader. What an amazing story. I mean, what a history, what a book is Srimad Bhagavatam. Where Vritrasura, on the side of the demons, heading the demons, is telling the demons that how they should follow a higher principle. Kalopa pannam ruchiram manasvinam jagada vacham purusha pravira he viprachitte namuche puloman maya narvan chambarame shrunudvam. According to his position and the time and circumstances, Vritrasura, the hero among heroes, spoke words that were much to be appreciated by thoughtful men. He called to the heroes of the demons, "Oh Viprachitti, oh Namochi, oh Puloma, oh Maya, Anarva, and Sambara, please hear me, do not flee. Please hear me, do not flee." Vritrasura is calling, "Don't go, let's fight." He's calling them. Why? Because he's trying to tell them what is Dharma. Just like our Siksha Gurus call our names, or our preachers, they call our name. Hey, Prabhu, Prabhu, Randi, Prabhu, Pokandi, Randi, Randi, Randi. Right? They call us Randi, Randi. Come and let's fight the battle with Maya together. Let's together become fixed up. Now let us see the words of Vritrasura. Text 32. Jatasya mrityur dhruva eva sarvata pratikriya yasya na cheha क्लिप्ता लोको यशश्चात ततो यदि अमुं को नाम मृत्युं न vrinita yuktam. Vritrasura said, all living entities who have taken birth in this material world must die. Surely no one in this world has found any means to be saved from death. Even Providence has not provided a means to escape it. Under the circumstances, death being inevitable, if one can gain promotion to the higher planetary systems and be always celebrated here by dying a suitable death, what man will not accept such a glorious death? So Vritrasura is elevating them, saying, don't fight just for the sake of fighting. Fighting itself is a glorious act because you are doing your duty. At least at that level, get convinced. He's raising their consciousness. So Prabhupada is telling in the purport, if by dying one can be elevated to the higher planetary systems and be ever famous after his death, who is so foolish that he will refuse such a glorious death? Similar advice was also given by Krishna to Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, the Lord said, do not desist from fighting. If you gain victory in the fight, you will enjoy a kingdom. And even if you die, you will be elevated to the heavenly planets. Everyone should be ready to die while performing glorious deeds. A glorious person is not meant to meet death like cats and dogs. Wow. Can you repeat this word, this last line? A glorious person
A glorious person
A glorious
is not
person
meant
It's
is
not
not
meant
meant
to meet death
to meet death
like software engineers and architects and vice presidents.
Let software
like software
engineers,
engineers, architects,
architects,
and
and
vice
vice
presidents.
presidents.
like cats.
This is my additional sub-purport. Like cats and dogs అనే బదులు software engineers, architects and vice presidents or directors. Glorious persons are not supposed to die with those useless, third-class, meaningless designations. They are supposed to die doing glorious activities. And what is that glorious activity, Prabhupada and Mataji?
Spreading Krishna consciousness.
To serve Srila Prabhupada and spread Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Giriraj Prabhu. అట్లా సావండి. అది సావు. That is, even if you are not perfect, even if you don't become the best, even if you can't remember shlokas, even if you can't remember anything in Bhagavatam, ఏదైనా చేస్తూ సావండి. Some good activity for the society, for others, representing the Supreme Lord, die in that condition. That is better. द्वौ समत्वौ इह मृत्यु दुरापौ यत् ब्रह्म संधारणया जिताशु कलेवरं योग रतो विजयाद यत् अग्रणीर्वीर सये अनिप्रता. There are two ways to meet a glorious death, and both are very rare. One is to die after performing mystic yoga, especially bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and living force and die absorbed. I'm just muting everyone who's not muted. Okay, yeah. Huh? Again, I'll start. There are two ways to meet a glorious death, and both are very rare. One is to die after performing mystic yoga, especially bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and living force and die absorbed in thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is one way. And the second is to die on the battlefield, leading the army and never showing one's back. These two kinds of death are recommended in the Shastras as glorious. Thus ends the Bhakti on the purpose of the 6th canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Battle Between the Demigods and Vritrasura. Hari Bol. Sai Gaur Hari Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hari Bol.
Right. Sorry, Prabhu. Forgive me for my frustrated spiritual life. I'm forcing it on all of you by imposing my frustration in the form of these lectures.
You are forcing for our sake only, Prabhuji.
ప్రభుజీ మాకు కూడా అలా చెప్తేనే బుర్రకి ఎక్కుతుంది ప్రభుజీ.
నాకు
బాగా చెప్పారు, చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు.
నాకు ఎక్కలేదు, మీకు ఎట్లా ఎక్కుతున్నది?
కలియుగం కదా ప్రభుజీ, కలియుగం కదా ఇది, అందుకని అట్లనే చెప్పాలి. అట్లా చెప్తేనే బాగా బుర్ర ఎక్కుతుంది ఎవరికైనా.
ఏందో సరే, నేను చెప్పింది ఎంత ఎక్కిందో తెలియదు, ఎవరెవరు పడుకుంటారో తెలియదు, ఎవరెవరు లేచినారో తెలియదు. ఈ కాల్లో కొంతమంది మాట్లాడేది నా అహోభాగ్యం. థ్యాంక్ యూ. అండ్ మై హంబుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ is please be in association. Take devotee association. Take spiritual life very seriously. Don't try to balance. God is already balancing these whole planets. You don't have to do more. Our balancing is like, friends of Krishna holding the stick under Govardhan. When Govardhan is being lifted by Lord Krishna and his pinky finger, other friends of Krishna also felt, I am also balancing, holding their sticks. Right? We also balancing our life is like that only, in front of Krishna. Krishna is already balancing our life. Don't worry about that. He will take care. Right? He will take care of us, already taking care of us. Most of us in this satsang are nicely being taken care. మనం ఏడుస్తున్నామంటే, ఈ సత్సంగంలో ఇలాంటి వాతావరణంలో ఉంటూ మనం ఇంకా ఏడుస్తున్నామంటే, మనంత ఏడిపిన కొడుకులు ఎవరు లేరు. తెలంగాణలో అంటారు ఏడిపిన కొడుకులు అంటారు, అంటే ఎప్పుడు ఏడుస్తున్నాడు. Whatever you give that fellow, he'll be crying. Whatever he has, he'll still be crying. He has a big property, so much things. Prabhuji, endo Prabhu rent rattలేదు Prabhuji, he is not giving rent. ఏడుపిన కొడుకు అంటారు. Okay, you can get worried, but then that is not the end of life. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇంకెవరైనా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తారా ఏడుపున కొడుకులు అంటే ఏందో? Some people in Hindi, Telugu రాని వాళ్ళకి నేను ఏం చేయలేను, బట్ हिंदी में क्या बोलते प्रभु जो लोग रोते रहते हैं हमेशा?
रोंदुआ। हाँ, रोंदुआ प्रभु।
रोंडुआ।
रोंदुआ
దుఃఖి ఆత్మ.
ఇంత ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా ఏడుస్తున్నారు అంటే వాళ్ళంత దౌర్భాగ్యులు ఎవరు లేరు. మనం ఇట్లే ఉంటారు, ప్రభుజీ ఏందో ప్రభుజీ నాకు జాబ్ పోయేటట్టు ఏం చేయాలి, అరే అన్నా నీకు
परेशान आत्मा।
పరేషాన్ ఆత్మ. Of course, material life will affect us, no doubt about it. But let us not forget what God has given us. And attend these classes very attentively. Prabhu, there are only two things. Don't look at who is speaking the Bhagavatam class, because Bhagavatam is being spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. If you are available and Bhagavatam class is going on, you should attend that Bhagavatam class. Simple. If you are choosing between speakers, means you are not actually hearing the Bhagavatam, you are hearing what you want to hear from any speaker. Sunday mornings, Saturday mornings, Ekadashi mornings, attend everybody. If you are not in a service, then this is your service. Preachers are there, they are preaching Saturday morning, Sunday morning, they are attending, I can understand. Hare, Bhagavatam class is going on. So many devotees are wonderfully taking this class. We are in 6th canto, 10th chapter. And if you are not hearing, then that means we are not serious about Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is coming to our doorstep and is talking. But I am like, I can't time. If a famous speaker comes, I'll come. I'm telling you, if I call Gaurang Darshan Prabhu to this call, there will be at least 90 devotees. Today it is 29. What are those 60 devotees extra? They are not coming for Bhagavatam. They just want to hear from a famous person to become famous. చెప్పుకొని తిరుగుతారు. మేము ఇప్పుడే గౌరంగ దర్శన్ ప్రభు క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాం, ఇప్పుడే గౌరంగ ప్రభు క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాం, ఇప్పుడే భక్తి ప్రేమ్ మహారాజ్ క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాం, ఇప్పుడే దిస్ మహారాజ్ క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాం, ఆ మహారాజ్ జస్ట్ చెప్పుకొని తిరుగుతారు అంతే. కానీ సిన్సియర్ డివోటీ ఎక్కడ భాగవతం ఉన్నా అటెండ్ అవుతుంది. This was told by His Grace Gaur Gopal Prabhu. In one of the places, he told that my greatest spiritual strength to deal with this world and this popularity is hearing to Bhagavatam class, no matter who is telling it. You know what?
Hari bol, Hari bol.
My greatest spiritual strength to deal with this material world and popularity is to hear the Bhagavatam class, no matter who is giving it. That should be the spirit. Eager to hear Bhagavatam. Listen from devotees. And if you can't give many examples, just read the Bhagavatam. Like, last Ekadashi, I just read the entire chapter, Narayana Kavaja. And just reading itself is so satisfying to the soul. Kada? Preacher and Tendi, pass what is given. Just give it. You want to add something based on you heard from senior devotees? Add. Or your own life is teaching you some things which is applicable to that and relevant to this? Add. But just being there and hearing and not getting pride is very, very important. Okay. So Vritrasura's battle has started, and it will go on for 1,000 celestial years. And next class will be taken by some wonderful devotee. Shilpa Mataji will decide who will the devotee be, and she will put it in the group. Tomorrow and day after, wow, Hari Bol, continuous Bhagavatam classes, Saturday, Sunday. So please attend. And I'm going to send the invite. Lakshmikant Prabhu, Prabhuji, ఆ పోస్టర్లు ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు? మన గౌరంగ దర్శన్ ప్రభు.
ప్రభు దండోత్పణం ప్రభు.
మీరు ఇంకా కొంతమంది కాల్ చేసుకొని డివైడ్ చేసుకోరాదని పోస్టర్స్. I have to send it out so that people will start getting numbers. Right?
వీలైతే ఈరోజు
వీలైతే తొందర లేదు అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎట్లయినా మండేనే పంపిస్తాను. Sorry to bring up this in Bhagavatam class. I'll forget again. Too many things going on. But Prabhujis and Matajis, have a wonderful Ekadashi day. Today is a wonderful Ekadashi day. And please, from the bottom of your hearts, please for at least for one mantra in your 16 malas, remember this person called Lilananda and pray for his spiritual life. Really, I need a lot of prayers. I'm going through a lot of problems. Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika. I'm going through a lot. Adi Daivika is also there, but please, I need your prayers so I can continue my spiritual life and be sincere to Srila Prabhupada and be sincere to all of you wonderful souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Nanda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Hari Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari bol.
Thank you.
His Grace Lilananda Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Bullet
Prabhu.
points.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you very
Krishna.
much for the
Thank-
bullet points.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.